At that last moment of me remembering how much I drank and the circumstance I was in, I would have said I was fine to drive.
The morning of my accident, I woke up, just a normal day. I took a shower, got ready for work. I was at work by 2 in the afternoon. We had a late game. It was a Predators game, so it wasn't over until about 11 o'clock, which usually they're over at like 9. And so it was a late game, and me and a lot of friends had decided to go out afterwards and hang out. And so we had went and hung out for a while, and it was about 2:30 in the morning probably when I was going home. And from then I don't really remember much of what else happened, but what I'm told happened is that I was driving and I had veered off the side of the road, and I tried to put myself back on, and when I did, I overcorrected. And when I did that, my car had flipped and I was thrown into the vehicle, and my car actually tumbled over me, and the car behind me kind of ran over my leg.
I'm laying in the middle of the road with my eye hanging out, with my leg mangled and twisted in the size of a tree trunk, and I was dead. So they had to revive me.
Corey Trimble, I lead the Experience Community Church. Oh man, his personality is just, his attitude throughout the whole thing. Where I think most people would say, why me? God, why me? Why did this happen? I think he looked at it from the complete different perspective. I think he saw this as God trying to get his attention. We've seen not just, it's the neatest thing, we haven't just seen Jacob's physical rehabilitation take place. Like, you can see his soul changing. You can see his heart changing. And never once has he complained. Never once has he, shaken his fist at God and said, why me? It's been this thankfulness and this gratitude. And now Jacob's going to forever look at life differently than the rest of us. He knows what it's like to almost lose it.
I am better. I feel like like I said earlier, I think differently. I feel differently. I look differently. Like I don't take so much for granted as I used to.
And to see a guy who went through something as traumatic as Jacob went through, and to see not just God fix his body, but God fix his heart and his attitude and his soul, it gives you hope for just for humanity.
I think there's a difference in taking things for granted and having an eye for noticing yourself taking things for granted and then changing that. And that's what's changed a lot with me.
I feel like God goes to whatever lengths he has to go to get the attention of people. And Jacob wasn't living the life he needed to live. And I know to maybe an unbeliever that would sound cruel that God would do something like this. But I would rather, I'd rather Jacob enter into heaven with scars than not enter into heaven. And I feel like he would tell you the same thing.